Yo, we ready?
Yeah, let's do it. We're ready. We're ready.
Drop date, episode 2.
Episode 3.
With a guest.
Oh, with a guest. But it's episode 2 with a guest. It's episode 3.
Episode 2 with a guest. 3 overall.
Okay.
Right.
Brilliant start.
Me and Reese as per usual. And our guest today, he doesn't really need any introduction. He's the king of the intros. I shouldn't really be doing this.
No.
I'm going to attempt to do it for the...
Okay, please.
It's
FD from the you-know!
It's FD from the you know. FD, welcome to the Drop Date podcast.
Thank you, man.
Thanks for coming.
Appreciate it. I'm excited. It's a good little setup, you know what I'm saying? Feeling kind of bougie in here. You know?
Yeah, we get good feedback with the location. So if nothing else, we got that going for us.
Yeah. Something to be proud about, you know what I'm saying?
And we decked it out with more shoes this week.
Yeah.
Some heat.
Yeah.
Some heat in the background.
We'll probably get stuck into there's some talking points back there, so
yeah,
100%.
we maybe talk about one or two.
Okay.
But first of all, I guess we should start at the start.
Mm-hmm.
FD, tell me, how did it get going? The FD we see before, isn't it?
I grew up around a lot of boys, a lot of street boys. They used to love football and other things, but I was always in love with like fashion and music. So I'm a very big student to the game in terms of I would watch like all rapper interviews and designer interviews and documentaries and shit. But the one thing for me was Tumblr. Okay. Like I was in love with Tumblr, and it was like the best time for fashion in my eyes.
When you say Tumblr, were you like just saving things from Tumblr?
So I was just on it every day.
Okay.
So this was like, this was probably.
Did you have your own page?
I had my own page.
Okay.
It was called Fab Decena.
Is it still up?
I don't know.
Okay.
It probably is.
Funny you say that. I use Tumblr all the time.
Yeah, still now.
Yeah, still now.
I didn't even know.
I go on it every day.
Yeah, I think it's probably still up
because it's kind of almost like the ultimate like mood board for seeing like things you're into.
And I think people don't realize it was that.
It was
before.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if Pinterest was around the same time.
It was definitely pre Pinterest
and like Insta and all that. But it was like, in my eyes, it was like the perfect time for me to find something like that, because like I would just. This is what I used to do. I'd be at home if I wasn't playing Modern Warfare 2 or like fucking FIFA 09 or something, 08, whatever it was at the time. I would be listening to like an interview on one tab and I'd be on Tumblr on the other. But this was the time, it was such a good era, bro, because I just remember being broke and seeing all these things. So this is when I found out about Bape, BBC, Supreme, fucking...
What year would this be?
Pyrex. This is probably 2012.
Okay.
It's probably like 2011 onwards.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is like Supreme Air Force Ones. Remember when they did the camo canvas one? And like this era and like all the naked girls with the Nike swoosh over them.
Yeah.
And like waterfalls with a Nike swoosh. Pyrex. What else was big back then? I can't think off the top of my head.
BBC.
Yeah, BBC. And then because of all that, I would go back and watch shit on Nigo and Pharrell and like, then you start seeing Louis Vuitton, Kanye's. Yeah. And like obviously the Bapesters and all this. And but then it also
For those that don't know the Louis Vuitton Kanye shoe.
Is it called the Jasper? Yeah.
The famous one is the grey on the pink sole, right?
Isn't Jasper it's named after one of his friends?
Ivy and Jasper the barber?
Yeah. And then didn't he get Nike shit? Because I've watched bare shit on him as well. He ended up doing like bare consulting for Nike and
I didn't know
that. Anyway, and like Murakami and like all these artists and stuff. Yeah. But then I also found out about A$AP Rocky, Schoolboy Q, Kendrick before he was Kendrick. Yeah. So him and in the start, Ab-Soul was better than Kendrick in my opinion.
I think I was in like Big Sean and Cudi.
Those
mixtapes.
I never liked Cudi, respectfully. I think he's good, but he's not been my style. But I love Big Sean and like this was like Tiger and Chris Brown, fan of a fan era. But it was such a good time because, you're young, innit? You're impressionable, you see all these things. But the funny thing is, I grew up outside of London, so I grew up in Crawley, West Sussex. And, I'd see all this shit and I'll be like, you can't get that in the UK. Until I went to college.
A lot of international traffic coming through.
So I was like, oh, you can't get this in the UK because I never went to London or whatever. And then I went to college in a more richer area in West Sussex. and all these little white boys had Pyrex shorts and Bape hoodies. And I was 17 in this fucking huge house, and the kid, I went into one side of his house, and in one of the cupboards, this guy had Pyrex, everything, Pyrex shorts, you know, the big long shorts with the numbers on it.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, this is how the other side live. But yeah, man, I'm trying to speed it up, but obviously I grew up not having money. You know, I'd buy a lot of stuff on like sale, shoes or whatever. But I think the main thing that got me into collecting and sneakers in general, I went to Chicago. Shout out my guy Shumba. I went to Chicago with my guy, his family. His like mum's friend worked for Virgin, so we ended up flying to Chicago for like 3 days. I worked at JD Sports, and then I quit because I got scouted for modeling. But I worked there. I saved up like £500. The flights, we flew business class. It cost me like £100. We were there for like 3 days, 5-star hotel. It cost me like nothing. And I bought Flu Game Jordan 12s in the Chicago store, downtown Chicago, last size in my size. And that shoe was the reason why I started collecting.
That was the
catalyst.
ground zero.
It's funny you say that, because obviously we had Franklin, King of Trainers, on before. And as much as you're like a lot younger than a lot like Franklin, the story's very much the same
about America. Yeah, because I know Franklin quite well, and I've listened to his interviews and stuff, and he always talks about going to America, bringing shoes back. So Shumba, my guy Ash, who I grew up around, I mean, I never want to say it because I don't want to give him the satisfaction, but I can't lie, he was probably the reason why I started getting into fashion a lot more, because him and his pops and their family, they would go to Florida a lot.
Yeah,
and this is why we need to teach the next generation, because they don't realize that outlet stores in America, they got so much heat.
Yeah.
And like, I was big on like Ralph Lauren tracksuits and like Calvin Klein tracksuits.
Sean John as well.
Yeah, bro. But even obviously, I can't lie, growing up, 50 Cent was my idol. So like Rockaware, that era, G Unit, you know, like the
Did you have the Reeboks?
I didn't, but I just got recently the S. Carters.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
brand new.
Nice.
Brand new S. Carters. So that era I loved, but I didn't really understand it.
Yeah.
Until you're like 13, you're seeing like all these mood boards and shit. You're
It's
like,
funny, it was exactly the same for me.
yeah, because I think for me, like I said, I didn't really have money growing up. So, I mean, I wasn't really dripped out or whatever, right? But then I think when I went to Chicago, you know, like all the street brothers in my area, they would wear like Trueys, like True Religion, and they would wear like G-Star, like jeans and denim and diesel denim and shit, and like a lot of Echo. I think it's funny because a lot of people,
I had a mad Echo.
when they talk about, I love
I loved
Echo.
Echo. I also loved the Academics.
Yeah,
and LRG.
See,
Those three were-
I don't remember that in my childhood, but Echo tracksuits, they really stood out for me, because you know Nike, and it's easy to say Nike, but for me the thing that I loved the most was all the trap brothers in Echo. And what I was saying to you off camera, like Shumba, my guy, because he was going to America a lot, he was doing Evisu like when we were like 10, like 10, 11, and it was just like, it was like nothing. It was just like wearing like Slazenger bottoms, but like we didn't realize that back in the day. But then obviously as I got older, you know, Rockaway I love, Fubu I love, but Echo 100%. But I think when I was 2016, I would have been around 17. I went there and I remember going into the True outlet and buying so much True Religion, and it was like £40, and I was like, this is heaven. Like, I need to show people that America is the best place for fashion, isn't it? Because everyone's always asking like, what do you think is better, UK or America? But it's America by far, in my opinion.
Yeah, I've got a big love affair with that place.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and that all stems from holidaying as a kid.
Yeah.
Fat Farm.
Fat Farm.
We didn't even shout them out.
Fat Farm, serious. But Rockaway, I think Fubu for me, I think Fubu, Echo.
I think Fubu was one of the originals.
Yeah. Fat Farm is fire though, but they did, yeah, man, good time.
I had some mad Echo stuff, man.
Echo is so fire, man.
I had like the dog tags with the
cold.
the watch in the other tag. And
cold. See, I wish I could. I wish I was rocking that when I was younger, innit? But I just wasn't.
I was probably rocking it at an age way too old to be rocking it. But, there we
But
go.
I would rock it now though. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I probably had no right rocking it, to be fair.
but I think also from young, I was never really
Rarely entertained wearing sneakers with that stuff. It was always Tim's.
or like hard bottom shoes,
yeah.
like weird, like
Yeah,
plimsolls. Like I remember people would like the plimsoll era was heavy, man. Like people would wear like big boot cut jeans with plimsolls and like. But I think for me when I was younger, I never really. Obviously, I grew up in the UK, so we see a lot of TNs, Air Max.
Yeah.
They were cool. Like the 110 thing, it was cool, but and like. There was certain silhouettes and shoes that really resonated with me, like the Air Trainer. We were saying that off camera, or the Trap Brothers that wore the Air Trainer. I was like, this is so fire, until I could afford them, and I was like, I did so much mileage in that. I think they're called the Pink Berries or the. It was like, nah, they're like dark grey and like dark pink Air Trainer with the strap. I forgot what they're called. It's like pink berry
with the
or
strap
something.
on the front of the foot.
Yeah.
Trainer 3.
I did
Or the SC they call it.
SC, yeah. But I did so much mileage in them, and like Scream
Tokyo,
Green Hirachis.
Yeah.
I did so much mileage in them, like. But I think when I was younger, because I was on Tumblr, it was very Jeremy Scott,
I got you.
and it was like crazy shoes like that. I was like, and this was like what are they called, Future Margellas, and like the ones with
the high one with a strap.
Yeah. It was like that era.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I grew up
I
in
love
the
that.
coolest era of fashion.
I'm like, how old are you for reference?
I'm 25 now.
I'm 28.
Yeah.
So like, it's
so you
very
grew up
much
in
the
similar
same
time.
era.
Yeah. You would have just been you probably would have been able to afford this shit.
I wouldn't say that. But
You know what I mean? You were
I
probably
hear you.
making money at the
I
time,
hear
innit?
you.
I
Yeah.
wasn't.
Yes,
So
same.
yeah.
But
But I just remember Jeremy Scott. Like I remember the Peso video.
yes. Oh.
And he's got the Supreme
he's
towel.
on the front of the bike.
Yeah. He's got the bone Jeremy
man.
Scott, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
Have you ever
Like,
seen a picture of Rye with Jeremy Scott?
no.
Yeah,
There's a photo. I would love
photo
to
of
meet
Ryan
Jeremy
Jeremy
Scott.
Scott.
I mean, he's very controversial, but I would still love to meet him because,
I bet he's an interesting dude.
yeah, he's very interesting. I've studied a lot about him, but just like, how would it feel? Like, even Virgil, like, rest in peace, Virgil, but how would it feel to know that you, like, shifted fashion?
Yeah.
Like, the Pyrex era was but you had to live that, you had to live that era. And it was just crazy. That's why, like, I would love to meet Nigo, because I think, like, for him, he's the epitome of streetwear to me.
I've got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, James Jebba, right?
James
Supreme?
Jebba, Supreme.
But-
yeah.
But without Nigo, there's no James, right? Technically.
Yeah.
Bape was before Supreme, right?
It was.
Yeah, well,
So it's like,
And then Stussy was as well.
you got
yeah.
Michael
And it's-
Koppelman and
and it's like without Pharrell, without Nigo, there's no Pharrell.
Yeah.
So-
he kind of paved the way for a lot.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, man, these things, it's part of me,
Like
innit?
as sad as it sounds for like a grown ass man to, I'd love to meet James Jebba.
Yeah, so would
I'd
I,
love that.
of course, yeah, so would
even,
I.
even Sean Stussy, even though he's been removed from the brand for a very long time,
Yeah.
just to be like give him his like flowers.
Well,
in
I
person,
see
it'd be
something
nice.
the other day where one of Kanye West's exes found the original drawings of the college dropout bear,
Okay,
and I was just thinking, like, you literally have gold.
that
Like that,
Yeah.
that alone changed so much, like the Murakami, like that whole, like, it's just mad to think somebody can come up with an idea and it's like spoken about forever.
and
Yeah.
iconic.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But I truly felt in that time, like the Tumblr era felt like, and I knew that would inspire like a generation. And I was one of them. So, yeah, man.
obviously you like we've touched on you like growing up about,
Yeah,
about
yeah.
how you like got into fashion footwear, that sort of thing. What was the main driver for you like wanting to become a personality and put yourself out there? What were the like steps before that?
So the funniest thing is, it was never part of my plan, innit?
Really?
Never,
Okay.
never in my life thought I'd do this ever. So when I got scouted for modeling, it was around 2016.
Okay, who was that? Was that for
Shout
an
out
agency?
Ruben Selby, my guy. He's known in the industry. He's done a lot in the industry, to be fair. He went to college with me, actually. I went to the same college as Marina Morwood, who runs
Okay.
Setra Visions
Yeah,
at
yeah,
Marina Wood. Casper Massey,
Okay.
I went college with him. Ruben Selby, and shout out Oscar as well. He runs Outlaw USA. But Ruben scouted me for modeling. So you take like this little street kid, he doesn't really have money or whatever, and in a small town, and you take him to a fucking Stone Island casting or runway, or like, and it's like, this is fucking nuts. Like, I didn't even know this was possible, right?
Yeah.
And then that whole time I rapped. So I rapped for 4 years, same amount of time I modeled. Same influence, you know, I grew up on Matt Miller and like all these people, A$AP Rocky, Schoolboy Q, all that. So I rapped, whatever, and then basically a lot of stuff happened in my life, and I kind of wanted to get away from my area.
I've got you.
And I met my girl, and she lived in London. So I was like, I need to get to London, but I don't know how and I don't know what. So I ended up basically copying Full Size Run. Shout out Brendan Dunn, my guy.
Matt Welty as well.
Yeah, big up all of them because they're legends for real. But I've actually met Brendan, so you know, he a legend, man. And so Brendan was a reason why I started making sneaker content. So I basically copied Full Size Run and brought like a UK twist to it on the back end of COVID. So I was doing it over Zoom. So that kind of introduced me to the sneaker industry within the UK. I did 15 episodes, 15 guests, and loads of different people. TT Finlay. Who else did I have on? Fuck, I can't even think. I can't think off the top of my head. But TT was one of the first few. So I had a couple people on, whatever. And then because it showed my interest in sneakers and fashion, I started applying for sneaker authenticator jobs.
Okay.
Because I was like, fuck it, I need to get to London. I might as well. I was applying for retail, sneaker authenticator jobs, and internships in social media. Because, you know, I made music and I knew about social media.
Yeah.
And then I got
What
offered.
year was this?
This was 2021.
Okay.
So I got offered a job at a company. I'm not going to say the company, but I got offered a job at a company, which was a long process as well because they're an American company. It took about 2 months. And I was just at my mum's house. My mum ended up moving to the countryside because she was done with my area as well. So I was just working in a bakery cafe. A bakery warehouse, packing bread.
FD Bakes, yeah.
FD Bakes. FD getting that bread.
FD not crumb.
Yeah. So I got the job, and I was like, oh, this is going to be a breeze to... I had a month. I was like, it's going to be a breeze to get a room.
Yeah. It's not.
It's not.
It's not for...
So I lived at my girl's out of a suitcase for 6 months. First 6 months of the job. And I was a sneaker authenticator.
Okay.
So I wasn't allowed to do this, but then I was like, I'm not really on TikTok. I was kind of for the sneaker show or whatever. So I was like, you know what? Because I was doing little reviews on YouTube, I started filming the shoes I had at work and doing voiceovers over the top of it. And I just started being really consistent with it.
Okay.
And then a brand called Culted hit me up.
I'm familiar.
Yeah. And they were like, oh, we have this idea to bring Side Talk NYC to the UK, but with fashion.
Okay.
So I was like, yeah, cool, because they were like, we've been watching you, because I post on LinkedIn a lot back then as well. And they were
You
like,
still do now, man. Your LinkedIn hustle is good.
Yeah.
It's
I'm on
good.
LinkedIn heavy, man. But also, this is a thing, because I tell people to be on LinkedIn, but you got to remember, this is like 2-3 years of building the connections to then be able to post and get
I've got you.
engagement.
To have the people in your network.
Yeah. Because people just think they can do it without having a network, which is not, it's not right. So I did this personality job with them at the start of 2022. And we were walking through Soho. It was just meant to be on street shit. And there was a pop-up by a streetwear brand called Stitch. Anyway, I started covering it in my own way, how I do now. And the first clip, a kid was wearing fake college dropout Bapesters.
Oh, okay.
But from afar, I thought they were real. And I've never seen them because, you know, I'm never in London, whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like bugging out. I was like, these are crazy. And he was like, they're fake. And I react like really funny, right? And the video did like 700k like straight away.
Nice.
So I was like, I might as well just try this. So I just gradually started working with brands, you know, in the beginning. And then at the end of 2022, I had a little gig with eBay, SneakerCon. Did some hosting with them. But because of the company I worked for, they couldn't really post it or whatever, but I still posted it. I got a slap on the wrist for that because they were like, you can't do a competitor. But it wasn't like, I didn't really feel like it was official. So I was like, cool. 2023 hits, more streetwear stuff happens, and I kind of start to fill the pocket, you know, Cortez Crossbar Challenge,
Yes.
shit like that. So no one's really doing that. I'm like filling a void, right? And then I host a whole event with eBay. They give me more responsibility, whatever. And I go back to my job. I'm there for a month. I'm like, yeah, bust case, like we're lit. And then I got fired. So I got fired, and then basically because I'm quite good with my money, touch wood, I saved about 2 months rent.
Nice.
From my last paycheck, and I told myself I have 2 months to make something with my life, or I'm going back home. I'm back to the bakery. I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
And because I really felt the pressure, you know.
Sometimes you need to feel the pressure to succeed.
Right. So I felt the pressure
Under pressure is where
to
diamonds are
the
born.
point,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
To the like crazy amounts of pressure, and basically, I got fired. And then within that same, so I got fired mid-April. Let's say in May, I did 3 videos back to back, which literally probably changed my life for the rest of my life, to be honest. And that was the Cineworld pop-up. So Central C's car boot sale brand. It was the first time he released that. We did that. A week after, I did the Nines interview,
Okay.
which
I
was
remember that.
was a moment. And then that same week, Sloan hit me up and said, I want you to create the Boba advert. And a week after, I do the Boba advert, and that just like, phew. And then I generally feel from May 2023, my momentum didn't stop until March this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're just on a run.
I was on a fucking run, serious run. And I mean, the proof's in the pudding, but I've covered over like 50 cultural moments in the past year, announced some of the biggest things, Cortez Supreme, things like that. And yeah, man, just I guess I found a gap in the market, and then that allowed me to be seen on a more commercial level, which has now allowed me to obviously make a job out of it. But it's also allowed me to build a platform which I can positively help other people as well. So that's where I'm at.
That's nice.
Yeah, man.
You mentioned the sneaker authentication.
Yeah.
How many pairs of fakes do you think get through? Do you think it's a lot? Do you think
Okay,
it's a
so
little?
it's a good question you asked, because let's do it like this year.
Okay.
So
Well, take it back. How?
Yeah. How?
Yeah, you
like,
get a job as a
how,
sneaker.
how
Yeah,
good?
yeah.
How good is
What's
the training?
what's
What
the
is the training?
training?
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Is there
okay,
anything
so I
that
know.
you wouldn't
Yeah.
on the surface you wouldn't say?
Yeah,
oh,
100%.
That's how they train.
Yeah, so I know from my the competitors when I worked at my old company, we were the most in depth in terms of training.
Okay.
So you go there, and it's very, you don't do anything, you just QC stuff at the start, so you quality check. So basically, someone will off, then they'll give you the shoe, and you double check the SKU, the size, all of that. Cool. Let me just make sure I'm not talking their whole business model. So it starts off very easy. You basically do homework on a silhouette.
Okay.
And there's like 5 that they will start with. So very simple stuff like Air Force Ones.
Like Jordan 1, Jordan.
No.
No?
So it's like Air Force Ones, like what else was it? It was like a Jordan 3.
Right.
Dunks, Air Maxes.
Nah. It was an Air Max. No, it wasn't Air Max. I'm just I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's very simple stuff.
Okay.
And then you get assessed on it. And if you fail, you keep going until you do it right.
Mm-hmm.
Then it gets harder. So then it goes up every single Jordan until so basically it was like Jordan, started with Jordan 3, then it was Jordan 4, Jordan 5, then you go 11, then you go 1, and 1 is the hardest. 11 and 1 is the hardest, and then you do like 6, 7, 12, whatever, because it's all pretty transferable. And then Air Max, there's so many silhouettes, so you do like this huge assessment for it, because there's like 20 plus silhouettes of Air Max, and it was just very in depth, right? And then when I got fired, I was top 3 in the UK in terms of my numbers, my capabilities of what I could off, and like my attendance, all of that, right? And in Q4
Yes.
of the last year I was there, so 2022, Q4, I offed 8,500 shoes on my own
in 3 months.
in 3 months.
Okay.
Right? So on average,
You're doing a lot of days.
we're doing a lot. I probably offed, I think in 1 year, I offed 120,000 shoes in 1 year.
It's about 10k a month.
Yeah, probably.
Right.
Or just under. Some months you would have more.
Jesus.
It depends on the
So-
orders. So if I'm seeing, let's say, a cool grade Jordan 11,
Yes.
if I'm seeing that 500 times, and then you see one shoe that smells different
You're
or
gonna
feels
know.
different, you'll know straight away.
Right.
And then you start
Okay.
inspecting. Same with, you know, one thing they always taught us was smell shoes, innit?
Yeah.
And that is a real indicator. You know, you can really pick up, if you're smelling 1,000 shoes and one shoe smells slightly different, you know
Yeah.
there's something weird with this. But I would catch a fake every day,
Okay.
100%.
All right.
At least one. And that's me.
Yeah.
We're catching probably at least 4 fakes a day, at least in
you're-
a group of like 20.
You're saying that as someone who's top 3,
Yeah.
but do you think someone who's not as skilled? Or obviously, if you
Well, well, there was a lot of people there who would have like, because there used to be like a table in the middle where we would congregate, and a lot of people would be like, I don't know how to feel about this, so that they would leave it there, and then maybe a higher up or like a manager would go check it.
Okay.
So sometimes it's fine.
Sometimes it's a process by jury. So like,
Yeah,
if you're
yeah.
not sure,
Oh,
you'll leave it for someone else.
we defo pushed
Yeah.
fakes.
Oh yeah.
That because we would be like, they're fake, and management would be like, no, they're real. But like we'd be like, they're fucking fake. But that's nothing to do with us. But in my career, no fake ever got sent back.
Okay.
And in the whole career I was there, it only happened to one person in 2 years.
So
So even though you pulled a fake, it doesn't get sent back to.
Well, that's the thing. If you push a fake and it don't get sent back, it's not fake, innit? Technically, yeah. Unless, like, do you know what I mean?
I suppose.
And also, it's their word against yours. You know, if they send it back and they say it's fake, right? But if we say it's real, and then 2 years later someone's like, "Oh, I got it from this platform and it's fake," but it's like, where was that energy when you got it? I think there's like a 30-day thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Also, if they send it to another platform and it gets across someone that isn't as skilled as you,
they might fake
or
it.
skilled
Yeah.
as someone else, they might let it buy. Or,
But-
yeah.
We used to get a lot of other platform shoes come into our platform that were fake.
You gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna say them, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, because it will bait out where I worked. But yeah, a lot. But there was a lot of fakes, and there's really good fakes out there. But there's a lot of shoes
But,
that
yeah,
are
I mean,
fake.
But it's fakes is one thing, but you've now got the whole replica business.
Well, yeah, a rep is still a fake, though.
Of course.
In their eyes.
Yeah, of course.
In their
But
eyes.
the quality and the standard, and
Yeah.
quite often where they come out from is exactly
It's the same factory.
Same factory. Yeah.
Same factory.
What
Yeah.
What was I gonna ask there? Shit.
But there's a lot of shoes now that there's a lot of them, and like I don't really believe anyone who wears that shoe now,
I
because
see what
I
you
think they're fake. Like
Right.
Black Cat 4s.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Jordan 1s that are fake.
Travis Scott Jordan
Yeah,
one.
Trav.
I think that more or less every person, unless they've got like other, unless I know who they are.
Unless they're like
Or
yeah,
they're,
yeah,
they've
it's
got
probably
other
fake.
things like wealth where they
It's
could
probably
drop
fake.
$1,000
A
on
lot
the
of
shoe.
Air Force,
Yeah.
a lot of Air Force are fake. A lot of Jordans are fake. A lot of 11s are faked.
Off-White Jordan 4
A
sale.
lot of Off-White.
yeah, majority of them I think are fake.
Yeah.
So if you got a pair of them,
And at this point,
I
you
think
spot
they're
them a mile off. You don't even have to get a close eye.
Yeah. I don't really, a lot of people ask my opinion on reps and fakes and stuff. I don't really give a shit. But if you're saying that they're real, I think that's moist.
Yeah.
Nah, I think that's corny. If you're
like, nah, they're reps.
yeah, if
That's
they're
cool,
like, yeah, they're
fine,
reps,
cool,
yeah,
fine.
say nothing. Like that kid who
Yeah,
made
yeah.
me fucking who
Yeah.
I am. He was like, yeah, they're fake, and I was like,
fair play.
fuck. I reacted in a way, but on the actual clip, like the real clip, I say, yeah, fairs. Like at least you're honest, like. So
So we obviously we touched on like how many like fakes are getting through, and like if it's you doing it, not many. if it's the higher up signing off, they might sneak a few
yeah,
through.
yeah.
But like I've had issues before where I've sold shoes and I've shipped them to like these faceless services. That's what we'll call them.
Yeah.
Like in just for argument's sake and not naming anybody.
Yeah.
But in like shoes have went missing. So they've arrived, they've been signed for, and then the process is messed up. And
What
I've had
in the platforms? You mean
in the platforms, and I've had to kind of go out. I've had to go out my way, and if I didn't know who I know, I would have lost that shoe.
Yeah.
And they weren't cheap shoes, but they weren't like multi-1,000-pound shoes. Is is there much like that going on?
Like
shoes,
robbing and stuff,
like
yeah?
shoes being taken or like...
You know what? No. Not in the
Okay.
platform I worked in.
Okay,
but
fair
I
enough.
know in other platforms, yeah. I've heard
Right.
mad stories. But we were just, bro, it was so, like, top security, I can't lie.
Okay.
It was like there's cameras everywhere. There's fucking...
You're getting searched before you go in, when you come out, that sort of thing.
You're not getting searched, but you have to have passes, all
Okay.
that shit. It's very top secret. And, like, no one knows it's there, you know? Like, there's no address or anything to it.
Yeah.
Like, you would never know it's there.
So keep your FNFs, get them on your feet.
Yeah, don't sell them through a platform. Or sell them to someone in person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Private transactions.
Yeah. Yeah, or cash or...
eBay or London Sneaker Club, one of you can give us the
Yeah.
brand.
eBay. Only sell on eBay. Only sell on eBay.
So you go from that place that shall not be named,
Yeah.
and then straight into.
Yeah.
So that was your last like day job.
Yeah. I mean, so in that 2 months that I was fighting for my life, I was applying to social media roles, content roles at places. I had a couple interviews, but I just started becoming really busy, like with the content stuff, and then ended up signing contracts with certain brands, which kept me afloat.
Yeah.
Which then allowed me to save money, which then allowed me to be more free, which then allowed me to work more. And respectfully, my work ethic is next to none. Like no one can do what I've done.
These jobs, are they coming by way of, are you actively engaged in agency and brands, or are some
like
your way?
The way I treated that 2 months was like a day job. I'd wake up at like 6 a.m. when I used to wake up for my other job, and I would just go on LinkedIn. I'd reach out to people. I'd get blanked all the time. I'd reach out on Instagram. My thing, which you can't really do now because I think they only allow one message. But what I used to do is I'd be on LinkedIn. I'd find like the social media person, the PR. I'll go to their Insta. They usually, which is so funny, they'll be so high up in a brand, but they'll have like no followers.
Yeah.
And they're the best ones because they will have to see your message. So I'd go into their DMs and I'd voice note them, because you have to open the DM to accept the voice note.
Oh, okay.
And I would just be like, yo, this is what I do. And I can't lie, that lined me a lot of work. And it allowed me to kind of gradually move through the industry. And then...
You're giving away secrets.
Yeah, you are.
Well, the thing is, you can't...
Everyone getting into that.
Yeah.
But you can't do that now. I think you send one DM and then it locks you off.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so make sure if you're sending a DM, make sure you wite a big paragraph or you send a voice message, which I don't actually think they allow now because I tried it recently. I don't think it worked. But so I just gradually started moving through the industry and started making real relationships with people because it allowed me to have more time to actually, I don't actually need to fucking make a train, or like I don't need to wake up at 6 a.m, to fucking make a train to go to work. I can sit and talk to you for a little longer, or I can, have a phone call with you, or I could go have a coffee with you, or, so yeah, man. So
yeah, and I mean that's refreshing because we think all these kids and influencers today don't actually engage with anyone.
Well, the problem is,
and you're saying the key is engaging with people.
Well, the key is being real.
Yeah.
The key is being genuine.
Yeah,
the key is not feeling entitled.
Yes.
The key is remembering where you're from, remembering like why you started, remembering what you want to do this for. Like the key is really giving your time to people. Like these kids are so entitled, even grown people my age, they're so entitled. They think, oh yeah, brand has to send me this shit, or brand, their brand has to work with me. But what are you offering to the brand?
That's very true.
The sense of entitlement out there is crazy.
It's like, just because you have hundreds of thousands of followers, what are you actually going to give to that brand? You might give them some views for one day and then that's it.
Yeah. I hear you.
And that's great if that's what they want.
But nowadays, I'd be telling brands that's not the way to do it. The brands I consult with and stuff, because in reality, you kind of look like a mug. Like, you might seed some shit to people.
Yeah.
And they just sell it day after.
Yeah.
And the worst one is you might see some shit to people and they sell it on your competitor's thing. That's just even worse. So it's like entitlement's killing my people, man. Can't lie. It's really bad. I hate entitlement. It's one trait I
But it's
hate.
all for good for you as long as you stay true.
Yeah,
It's all
that's
good,
it.
right?
Yeah,
You know, opportunity comes around.
I suppose that's what, in my opinion, kind of like sets you apart, because I like not that you're like young. You're like there's a couple of years between us, but a lot of younger people I feel.
Same.
You're the youngest here.
You're baiting yourself out, man. You're baiting yourself. You're 21.
You're the youngest here, man.
Yeah.
But I digress. Sorry. Like I feel like a lot of younger people, it's they can kind of see like the end goal, and that's all they care about. They don't care about the journey. Whereas with you love the journey.
Yeah, I love the journey.
And you love the culture and the game of it. To the
Yeah.
point where
But you know what? You know what this takes.
Understanding that you're not the finished article.
Yeah.
Like, I think these kids just want to go straight to the straight to the destination.
You know what it takes? It takes a lot of life experience, and it takes. I mean, we don't have to talk on here, but it takes a lot of pain. It takes a lot of bad things that have happened in my life to allow me to get to this point because of maturity. You know, when I was a rapper, I had this chip on my shoulder for years, and I was not that I was toxic, but I felt quite toxic in my approach to a lot of things, and I always felt like, yeah, I'm the best, and like I'm the best at this. It's not that I feel like I'm the best now, but I just feel like, no, I don't really feel like I have competition, because I generally believe when you have a clean heart and you're consistent, anything's possible. Problem is with a lot of these people, these new, not even new generation, but just these new people on the block here, they're very entitled and they do things for the wrong reason. This was never part of my plan, so it can't be, I can't have a reason for it. Yeah. You know, the only reason I now want is to make positive movements and to, you know, give something to the world, innit? Like, whether that's a cultural moment, right? Whether that's me designing my shoe, whether that's me dropping my brand, whether that's me interviewing a rapper and, like, I don't know, giving them a moment, or, you know, it's like I'm offering something that other people can't offer. Problem is with these people, they do everything for money, you know? And it's like, when you start doing things for the wrong reasons, it really shows. It's quite like, it's not attractive to people. It's not attractive to it might be attractive now to the hundreds of thousands of followers you have, but in 10 years time, no one's going to talk about anything you did, you know? In 10 years time, I'm still going to be the one who announced the Corte Supreme. Like,
yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I hear
in
you.
10 years time, I'm still the one that did the boba advert. Like, it's like these things that's my approach. You know, I want to be able to create, you know, FD from the future, you know, it makes sense. You know, I want to be able to have longevity in whatever I do. You know what I'm saying?
You're thinking of tomorrow. You're not thinking of today.
Yeah. I mean, my name is the future, innit? I can't be thinking about now. You know what I'm saying? So I always think about the future. I always have to think about that because I had 2 months. You know, it bubbles back down to that.
Course,
it's like I need to be able to be fine in 2 months.
It makes
now
sense.
I'm thinking about in 20 years. Like,
but before that, you know, you like you said, your parents immigrated to the UK.
yeah,
So they left something in order to better themselves.
right. And
that
they had
guy,
nothing.
You know,
So it's
exactly,
like,
that takes a huge leap of faith. And
yeah, and I always talk about how the women in my life were the most influential. Like my mum, the same year my parents split up, she got cancer.
Right.
She had cancer for 2 years, but she somehow got over cancer, grinded, quit her job, which she ended up doing quite well in. And even like the story about my mum is crazy. Like, she come to this country, immigrant, had nothing, got a job because she was what do they call, like, cold calling, like cold emailing, like just emailing people, pulling up to companies. She ended up going to a company called Eurobell, which was like I think they're like an advertising company. I don't know what they do, but she ended up being like an intern there, and then just grinded all the way, and ended up on a really good wage. Got cancer, quit her job, and was like, I want to be a jeweler, and made a jewelry company.
Big up FD's mum for beating cancer. That's
yeah. Come on, and my nana, she beat cancer 3 times, so big up her, and she's still living. I saw you the other day; she was chatting shit to me. You know.
You mentioned like working with like rappers and a lot of personalities who like you've kind of already covered it, but Nine's probably one of your faves that you've met so far. Is there anyone like
Nine's is the interview is like the worst interview ever.
was he just blazed?
Not even that. I just don't think he's not really a talker,
Right.
innit? And like there
Okay.
was like
those are tough.
a
Those are
hundred
tough.
man in front of me,
Oh.
like goons, and I was just like, oh, and I had this whole interview prepped, like really good interview, and he was about to start, and he was like, wait, what are you gonna ask me? And it just, pew. And this was like start of my career, so I don't think that would happen to me now, but it was
Yeah.
just like.
Yeah, you're locked in, and then one thing he says, and you're like, you've
Yeah,
left the
it
room.
was tough, man.
FD's
It
exited
was
the
tough.
chat, yeah.
But I've met a lot of cool people, man. I can't lie. One for me that I think got overlooked, no one really cared about, was the Don C interview.
Was that the Paris fashion? Week
Yeah, I
one?
was at the Amiri show,
Amiri, yeah.
and he was just there,
That was
like sitting down. No one was really bugging him, and I started sweating. My heart was pounding. I was like, because this is what I'm saying. If you know, you know.
Yes.
But these new school people, they don't. I think it got overlooked because they don't know who the fuck he is. But without Don C, there's no Kanye West. There's no Virgil, really. Like, he was the backbone to all of them. And he was just so normal. Normal guy, really good energy, really good vibe. And then,
Was that arranged or was that off the?
nope,
Did you just?
I was just walking around at the show.
Okay.
You get so much
Fair.
out of those people.
Bro,
Fair play.
that day was crazy to me. I'm not going to say who, but you interview Don C, who without him, there's not a lot of things. And then you interview a new school person and they're just a cunt. I'm not going to say who they are, but it was
Yeah.
on the same day. But anyway, that day was crazy because I was in the Amiri show. I was there with Complex, and I think their direction, they wanted me to talk more about the show, which I think after we did the show, they were like, maybe we should just keep it quite open. I was like, fuck. Anyway, I was just like, fuck it, free for all. Vic Mensa, Don C, DDG, Sway Lee, Lancey Foe, I think there was someone else. Oh, K Trap,
Okay.
M Honcho, Pierre Bourne.
Okay.
This is all in a matter of like 45 minutes. And then I go Kid Super Show.
Yeah. Is that the one where the Canada Goose stuff was showcased?
Yeah. Oh, bro, that was such an experience, bro. I can't lie. And that was so cool because Amiri show was like big production, you know, it was all spread out, and it was like, you felt like you was in this like Coliseum, and it was like so big and like bougie, and I was like, oh, this is what fashion shows are like in Paris. And then you go to the Kids Super Show, and it's like in this derelict building at the top of the building. It's so small. It looks really like low budget. There's shit hanging from the ceiling, and it's like Giggs is right next to me. Fucking West Side Gun is like standing in front of me. Chris Brown is right there. You know, all these famous people so tight.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, this is shit. And then the show starts, and it's like one of the best things I've ever experienced. Fucking Jim Jones walks down the runway. Ronaldinho walks down the runway. I'm start screaming. Like, it was so sick, bro. But even that, like, I interview Giggs, and I interview a lot of new school rappers, especially in the UK,
Yeah.
and they're so like up themselves and whatever. I interview Giggs. He's like the nicest person in the world, bro. I only had about 40 seconds with him, but I was just like,
Did he have his crisps?
no.
Mad for crisps.
Is he?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah, but we had him at a party. My boy runs in Cambridge.
What, and he's got like a rider for
Is that
Chris?
Android? Rider's
That's
crisps.
the only thing that was on his rider.
I've never heard that. That's crazy.
What flavour?
Walker's crisps.
What flavour?
I think the cheese and onion was his
Yeah,
thing,
cheese
but
and onion,
like,
banging.
yeah,
I love
yeah.
cheese and
I
onion.
like
But he just
something.
wanted to he just wanted cheese and onion.
Fair play.
Yeah, that was, and
Yeah,
that,
no.
that was it.
Oh, really? Yeah, no.
Didn't want
No
champagne.
Ciroc or anything like that.
No.
Nah, he's super blessed, man. And then I met Buck, who's his manager, and he brought his son into the video, and we were chatting with his son. And I was just like, there's a lot of people you meet who are just like really chilled, man. I met Matthew Williams at the
Okay.
main show. The main show was good for me as well. I met a lot of UK legends, and that was sick. A lot of BBK and that.
Nice.
But I met Matthew Williams, and he was really down to earth as well.
That's nice.
And I'm going back to Paris in June for Fashion Week, and I'm just hoping I can go to shows and do what I did on a bigger scale on my own. Because I really saw like a gap, like no one was there with a mic.
Yeah.
I think ID magazine, they do it, but I didn't see them so much. But the girl who does that ID, she's great, but it's a girl.
Yeah.
You know, there's not a male doing it. So, yeah, if you're watching this, I want to be booked at every single fashion show in Paris Fashion Week, and I'm talking Louis Vuitton, all that shit. Get at me. I'll do it free of charge, I swear down. I'll do that shit free of charge.
Are you out there?
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
You went there last year, innit?
Nah, I didn't go.
Oh, but it's sick, man. But you know what it is? Like, that was another thing. It allowed me to meet so many brands and go to their showrooms and meet PR. And, you know, like, just really build a foundation. Which none of these fucking new school people have the balls to do that.
Well, they wouldn't know how.
They wouldn't know how, bro. Like, I was walking back and forth in Paris, just fucking meeting all these showrooms, brands, fucking people at brands, designers at brands. Like, it was sick, man. And I didn't have to go and party. I didn't have to fake it. So, yeah. You lot, fucking get a job.
Anyone who surprised you, who you've worked with, like in being awkward and being like funny, had nothing to say. I'm not sure. I don't think they're like at anybody, but
Larry June.
Okay, was that Salomon thing where Lorenzo was that something else?
Nah, I was in Paris. Okay. I just got fired when I went to Lorenzo's thing in Paris. Okay. Literally 2 days before that, I got fired. And that was a great trip because that's where I told myself I got 2 months to do this, whatever. But Larry June, I think he was really surprising because he just fucking talks, bro. Talks and talks and talks and talks and rhymes every word with every word. And like, he's got a really like good aura about him, which I think a lot of people say. And he is fucking famous, but like he don't feel fucking famous.
He's quite down to earth.
Yeah, quite down to earth. But yeah, I'm just trying to think if there's anyone super famous that I've met that. Let's just go to Larry June. I think that's a good one. Yeah, that comes straight to my head.
I don't know who does his Insta. If that's him himself, or he's got like a photographer that like pulls the shots together.
I don't know.
But his Insta's
he's got an aesthetic
man.
though, innit?
It's fucking sick.
But it's funny because what you see with him is what you get. Like when you see his Instagram, that's like how you'd expect his like food to taste, or like how you. That's what his music sounds like.
There's no bullshit.
Yeah,
it's real.
Yeah, it's very real. It's very weed and like he just fucking smokes bare weed, and just he's got a good aura though, man. I fuck with him, and he's like proper tapped into fashion and that.
Yeah, he is. Some of his fits are sick.
Yeah. I fuck with Larry, man. Good job, Larry.
Who's on the bucket list?
Bro, I can't lie.
Probably Drake's
Drizzy Drake.
Kendrick.
Yeah.
Even though he's a bit removed from
you know
what you.
I can't lie. Drake is top of my list because he's my goat.
I've met Drake.
Have you met him?
Yeah.
What's he like? Because I've only heard good things.
It was a mad story.
Right.
Come on, tell her.
Yeah, tell us.
Oh, it was a mad story.
No, come on.
So I was in. I met everyone on this trip, right?
Okay.
It was crazy. Benty was still playing.
Yeah.
And every year when off season he'd go to LA for like the 6 weeks.
Oh, was this like a LA party?
So
no more parties in LA.
So 2010 was my turn, right? And we did 6 weeks in LA.
2010, so that would have been like So Far Gone. So he wouldn't have been that famous.
He just dropped his first album.
So Far Gone, which may be his best.
Leading up to LA, that's all we listened to. And we get out there 6 weeks in the SLS hotel, was like balling out. Like, living like a baller. I'm like, this is unbelievable. I've met so many people this trip, and the MTV Music Awards were in LA that year.
Okay,
right? And the SLS is a hot hotel.
So he would have been like Young Money then, Young Money, Cash Money. It would have been hot.
So one day I come down through the lobby and I'm just like walking to the restaurant or whatever, and it's like you hear a hustle bustle, don't you? When someone's about, you just hear it. Next thing you know, like a group of people just move through.
Cash Money.
Move through, Cash Money.
Yeah,
through the lobby.
All of them.
I'm like, that's weird. And then in the middle, I see it's Drake.
Yeah.
And we like lock eyes. I'm like, oh, it's Drake. Anyway, go about our business. Fast forward, later on that day, I'm going downtown, go shopping or something.
Yeah.
I go out the front of the hotel, down the lobby to get a taxi. And as I'm coming down the stairs, Drake's coming the other way. And he goes, hey, what's up? And daps me up.
Oh, shit.
I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Has he really just said hello to me? Like, I hadn't even had to do the awkward thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, man, it's really good to meet you. Like, oh, how's it going?
That's fucking crazy, bro.
That's a good story.
I said, all I've done is listen to your album for weeks.
Yeah.
Congratulations on how it's
because he would have been kind of young then.
Yeah, and I was like, what are you doing in LA? And he goes, I'm working on the album, making some music. Blah, blah. Yeah,
that would have been So Far Gone was the first one. That would have been Fake Me Later.
No, it's the one with.
Can't lie, I love Drake.
I do as well.
Yeah, probably Fake Me Later. Yeah, 2010, 2011. Yeah.
It Yeah, it was a mad experience.
That's fucking. I'm jealous, bro. I can't lie. I think he's my favorite rapper, innit? He's my goat.
I met Pharrell that trip.
Fuck.
Okay.
I met Travis Barker.
Mad.
Whoa.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Whoa.
Mad.
Matthew Firmini, ex-Arsenal player.
Oh, okay.
Chuck Liddell, the UFC guy.
Mad.
He's like the OG one.
Right.
Celeb Hunter Elsie.
Yeah, this is a fucking LA trip of the century.
Remember the Mexican guy in Prison Break?
Oh yeah, the actor. I forgot his name.
Met him. He was crazy.
Yeah,
Kevin Connolly from Entourage, and I am
damn
an Entourage diehard fanboy.
That's showing your age right there. Entourage. My pops used to watch that.
Me
Yeah.
and Connolly was mad.
Mad. That's sick.
Yeah.
That's sick. Yeah.
But, I mean, it was all possible for our friend Lisa, who worked in PR in LA. And
Sick.
she knew everyone.
The hot step 2,
Safety Orange.
Safety Orange, is the sneaker of the year. Trust me when I tell you. Trust me when I tell you. Just wait for that shoe. Just wait. Obviously, it's orange now, but just wait.
Sneaker of the
Sneaker of the year.
2024.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
No other shoe's gonna top that.
It won't be, but I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I know you said that because if we...
Or others. There might be others. Oh, there's others.
I've seen a grey or a black pair. Like a mock up of it or something.
Yeah.
About.
But the thing is, if you know
on the feed,
okay.
I'd seen you comment on it.
What did I say? Top sneaker of the year. I've said on every single post I've seen it.
Some are saying shoe of the year.
Me.
And that was
me.
obviously in relation to yourself.
And Nocta was seeding that, man.
And
I didn't get them.
Somebody
really?
I was heartbroken. Can't lie. I'm buying them.
Who said that?
Me. F.
If anyone from Nocta's watching, those cargo track pants from that 9K collection, I'm after them.
Are they black?
The black.
Yeah.
Black double XL. I'll send you my address. Hook us up.
Yeah, Gina, I love you.
If anyone's got that Nocta Golf green windbreaker.
Everyone begging Nocta on the podcast.
Yeah.
That's really good. But that was years ago.
Yeah, I know.
It's really good though. It's really
It's
good.
really good.
It's really good. But they have really good stuff coming. Trust. Really good shit.
Yeah.
Hey.
Rob's
Can't be giving out.
Yeah. Rob,
I don't want to.
FD wants to be open, just not that open.
Yeah, not that open. But I love Nocta. I think the design team they have, especially my guy Rob Boyd, really good design team, man. And
the stuff that comes out is good.
Yeah, man. And I think obviously OVO, I think was more affiliated like merch.
Yes.
But Nocta is really a really good line.
Yeah.
It's like the Y3 of.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is really like
the product, right? I'll be honest. I don't think every product they release is for me, but there's definitely pieces from every collection I look at. I'm like,
but it's like it's
I think
experimental.
That's the strength of it.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's experimental.
Yeah, it is.
I guess you could argue Y3. I mean, ACG's kind of like the Y3, but because it's more technical and whatever. But Nocta's like more cooler, isn't it? It's
Nocta's
like,
cool.
You know, ACG's not so much as cool as Nocta,
Yeah.
right? But yeah, they're being experimental. I think it's a mixture between tech and streetwear.
Yeah, I've got
You know, not all of it's great, but the stuff that is amazing is fucking good.
It hits the spot.
It's really good quality as well. Really good quality. Really good. But them, what are they called?
Hot Step 2s.
Shoe of the year.
Have you got
that's
them
what
yet?
you're saying.
Nah, I didn't get them, man. Didn't get them. But the thing is
Soon
why...
come, yeah?
Well, I'm buying them regardless.
Okay.
I'm buying them 100%. I think they dropped last night, sold out. I woke up, they sold out. So I was pissed.
No, I think there's the 17th April, isn't it?
Well, I think Nocta released them last night. Yeah. Okay.
On Nike,
17th? Cool.
17th
Cool.
April, yeah.
Perfect. So, but the thing is, if you know me, I love foam posits. I love weird silhouettes and stuff like that. So that shoe is like, it looks like a foam. But it's like I didn't like the Hot Stepper.
Okay.
But that doesn't look like the Hot Stepper to me.
No, this one's...
You know, it looks like a foam upper, like that weird, like plastic, and then it's got the kind of glide in the middle. And it's just that colorway, maybe not so much, but the other ones I've seen, it's a good shoe. Yeah, that like purpley thing that you're talking, it's like an eggplant.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah.
What do you think? But it's April now. what sneaker of the year so far for you? What's like sport you that's released?
I'm trying to think.
What do I say? I'm sure I said this last week. The bread reimagined is one of them.
It's a good shoe. It's a good shoe, but I don't know, man. But they're fucking top of the list for me, boy. Nothing's gonna compare to that shoe.
There's a long way to go.
There is, but like even like the SB4, I was off it. Like I didn't think that's sneaker of the year. I thought the Cortez pink beams, things or whatever, they were the sneaker of the year for me.
They were up there, the Cortez.
I like the Gutter Green one. That was my favourite.
Yeah, I think a lot of people like that, but I just think like in terms of my colour like palette, like what I would choose, it was like perfect. Okay. Like that is, if I had a colorway for like that is like a pink A, and it's just so cool, isn't it?
That was my pick of the three.
Yeah. But the blue one I think is better than the green.
Okay.
Yeah. But I just think for like what that shoe, they're all great.
Did
you
pick them up?
No. And then the resale came and I was like 4 or 5, because I'm a funny size, and in a 95 I'm 11.5 or a 12. That's like a 400-500 quid shoe right now. So
yeah, I got the pink one, so but I really want that blue pair. Yeah.
A lot of people are saying there's been a lot of love for the Jordan 1 low trophy room. But I don't see it myself.
It's very hard for me to be impressed by 4s and 1s.
How does Marcus Jordan keep getting away with it though after?
I've watched Bear about Marcus Jordan, but I think I don't. I mean, you just go. I don't know, man. Did he backdoor him? Who the fuck cares?
Yeah, who cares?
It's in America. And also, that's his dad.
You weren't gonna get them anyway, people.
But them trophy rooms aren't even that nice. No, I think. Was it the? What was that one that dropped?
I like the free.
The Chinese New Year.
Yeah, very similar.
Yeah, it was like green, right? And the green swoosh or red swoosh.
Oh yeah, the Chinese.
Chinese New Year, right? Year of the Dragon, fire, bro. Yeah. They were fire.
They quite sneaky well. They did.
Yeah, but like Jordan 1s just don't impress me, bro. I think if a Shadow released, I'd be like, the only nice low.
Luke is over Jordan 1s, by the way.
Yeah, I'm over that shit. I'm so over that shit. I ain't bought a Jordan 1 in donkeys, man. The only low that's good, which I have, is the neutral greys. It's a good shoe. But other than that, it's going to be very hard to get me in a Jordan 1. Like Chicago's, I think, are mid as well. Them Lost and Fouls are awful. And them Royals were awful. Them suede Royals.
Yeah.
One of the best Jordan 1s. One of the best Jordan 1s that have come out in recent years was that Taxi one.
Yeah.
Really good shoe. Really loved that shoe. Really did like that. But
it's my poor man's shattered backboard.
Yeah. But you know what's mad about the shattered backboard? No one will ever.
No one will have it. That's what's
no one will ever agree with me. But the Halloween one, what was it? The shattered backboard 3.0.
The crackled paint leather one.
That was so good. No one cares.
You like
about
those?
Yeah, I think they're better than the original. I think that's a bad take, innit? But I think they're way better than the original.
I got this was years ago when they came out. But Turtle Dove, Yeezy 350, shattered backboard, Saucony Grid 9000 Cushwacker, and let you buy all 3.
I don't even know what that is.
Like, that was a fucking good day.
Yeah,
fucking good day.
Flipped those shattered backboards. I should have kept them. I wore the Yeezys and flipped the shattered backboards. In hindsight, you would have done it the other way around.
I love
Yeezys back in the day.
You know, the thing is, I never really got into the Yeezy hype, but I still think to this day the best Yeezy shoe is the Yeezy 1 boot.
Oh, the 700.
No.
You mean the Nike one?
No. The Yeezy 1 boot. It's like a utility boot.
Oh, okay.
It's like really high.
Okay.
It's got like a big platform.
It's got a zip on the side, or not?
No, it's got laces.
Okay, fair.
I'll show you after.
You know the one. It's got a strap on the
You're
toe,
thinking
right?
about the 700, yeah. No strap. That's the 700.
Oh, the boot.
Yeah, it's like a boot.
From like the clothing collection. That came out with the clothing collection. I know the one.
Yeah. Yeezys don't count unless it's a night one.
Yeah, I can't lie. Yeah. Because I grew up on
compete,
fucking Red Octobers and all that
shit. The quality of those shoes is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. Really good shoe.
They're not wearable.
Now. But then.
I don't.
But that was it was an era, bro. It was an era, bro.
Maybe not, but the 2 is.
It was.
But the Net Tan Yeezy 1 is the best shoe of all time. One of the best shoes of all time.
I think you're.
Everyone goes for the black and pink, right?
That's so
Yeah,
nice.
but everyone always
Yeah.
goes for Yeezy 2s.
The
But
net-
Yeezy
the
1s
net.
with the strap.
The net is the one.
Oh, if I could get that shoe, bro, I'm telling you, bro.
See,
Did you own Yeezy ones?
No, I've never had a Nike pair.
Wow.
Never had a Nike pair.
Yeah.
I just
They're a
I
good
don't know where I don't think they're that wearable, man.
I'd wear that shit.
Oh, they are. The
You
two is easy. Yeah.
You
The
cut
two's
about, you
very
cut
easy.
about on them now.
The two I would. Yeah, easy.
You play golf with them.
All red. Red October.
Nah, I wasn't into the
Oh.
Yeah, the
They
what's
smell-
it?
they meant to
Platinum.
smell- They meant to smell funny as well, aren't they? The red one. I could.
I've only ever come across them like 3-4 times in my
Okay.
life. Not in my job though, in real like with people,
So
like
my
people's
boy
collections.
Had two pairs,
Mad.
but they were under different style codes, which was even madder.
Really.
Like a sample.
It wasn't sample marked, but the style codes were different. So I don't know if you remember. I think there was a really limited drop for friends like celebs and friends and
Okay.
family, like 500 pairs or something, and then they did the release. And I always found I always found it interesting they were under two different style codes.
They are really good, but I'm not really like when I go film people's collections and that. When they have them, I'm just like, they're okay. Like they're a good shoe. It's just hard to get them DS. I've never seen them DS.
Nah,
I've never come across them
There
DS.
wasn't a lot of them.
Yeah.
And I think anyone who got them
Wore them.
wore them.
Mm.
I certainly
I'll
did.
flip
Yeah.
them straight away,
Yeah.
and they probably got one.
Yeah.
Bro, they're worth so much bread now.
I don't.
Yeah, so much.
You
I
had a,
don't-
you had a
don't.
pair.
I had them all.
You flipped them all.
Yeah.
How much do you get for them?
For the ones, peanuts, mate.
Like a
600
couple
quid.
Like
hundred.
before
Yeah.
before.
But back
before
then
the
you were like,
resale
yeah, I'm
advert
fuck.
came in.
You had the twos as well.
Yeah.
How much do you get for them?
I sold them quite a few years ago. I got 1150 each.
Nah, they're worth way more than that.
Yeah, but I sold them years ago.
Yeah, they're worth
If
way
I had
more
them
than
today
that.
and sold
I'm
them,
not.
yeah.
I'm
They're
not sure
worth
about that,
like
people.
way more.
The ones I sold for a lot under 500 quid.
I remember the most, because I'm not really into reselling that so long, bro, if I can't lie. But the most I ever made, I had the Travis Scott fragment lows. I got them, I kept them on ice for a year and a half. I paid 140, the retail
Nice.
or whatever.
Nice.
And then, because I got them exclusive EA drop on sneakers,
Nice.
140, sold them for 1.6.
Boom.
Like 2
Good
years
good
later.
margins.
When I moved to London,
Yeah.
I was like, I need the bread.
Good margins.
Great margins.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I knew that they wouldn't go up or down. Like they just stayed at 1.5, 1.6 for like a year, and I was
Yeah.
like, let me just get rid of them.
Yeah.
On ice as well, like it was patterned.
That's a decent.
It was a flip. I
that's a
can't
decent
lie.
margin.
It was a good margin.
What's your best flip, Reese?
Probably the high. Those Travis fragment highs.
Oh, yeah.
Like 2.5.
They're a really good shoe though.
Retail for 2.5. What, like 2.3k prof. I've still got a pair of dead stock Mars yards. I want to wear them though.
I don't like Mars Yard, but I don't know why there's so much money in them.
You know what I think it is. I think it's like
Is there still a market for that? Though?
Yes.
After the craziness,
the price went up even more.
Yeah.
did they?
Like, don't you remember the V loans, bro?
Oh, I had those.
So good.
I
And
regret selling them.
then the margin on that is
was-
nuts. They're
They were
fucking.
good. They were.
They're
I
good
don't-
shoes.
I don't
though.
like forces, but they were a good.
The
pair of
best one
Forces.
is that black and white one. It's a sample.
The high one.
There is a high, yeah, but the low.
Oh, okay. I
It's
don't
it,
I've seen
yeah,
those.
but they're like they're friends and family
Okay.
in it, but the orange pair's good, isn't it? They're fucking good shoes, but the price went up on those, boy.
Yeah.
I didn't really wear low Air Force Ones. I used to wear mid Air Force Ones with the strap undone.
Mate, fuck
You
off,
just
man.
ruined your career.
Yo,
You've finished.
Right.
FD is
Fuck.
done.
Firstly, fuck Tim Westwood, but ASAP Rocky, Tim Westwood freestyle. He had a black pair mids.
Yeah.
I ran to Foot Locker.
Bro, that's why I
I
bought
ran
them,
to
bro.
Foot Locker,
That's
man.
why I bought them, bro, because
I tell-
ASAP Rocky used to do the black
look
with the
cold
strap
in them.
undone,
Oh.
bro.
I
I'm telling you,
think so- I
if
think
you
so.
grew up in that era, you know, bro.
I have
did
my
s-
own Air Force One mid story, right?
Okay.
So,
I did so much mileage in them.
I love.
And they don't crease as bad
yeah.
as whites. You
I
can't
love
see
Usher,
it.
Right.
Right.
Usher, I love Usher.
Yeah.
And he did a DVD with the 8701 album,
Mm-hmm.
and in the DVD he's wearing Air Force One mids. I was like, gotta have them.
Like all whites.
Got to have them. nowhere to be seen in the UK. So next trip to America,
You copped better.
copped with mids. Yeah.
Mids were good, man. No one cares about mids. I still got mids now in my rotation.
I found tongues and I grew up a bit, and everyone was slamming mids.
I still got mids. I still got mids in my rotation.
That's like an unlocked memory for me now.
Come on, bro.
I'm gonna watch that ASAP.
I'm telling you, bro. That was an era you had to be there, and he used to rock. What was it? It was like that.
Black
CD.
Scale.
Was it?
Black Scale, the brand. It was a C.
Yeah. No, but he used to rock was it like a CDG like beanie?
Oh,
come to God, some beanie, right?
Come the fuck down.
Maybe, yeah. It was like such a time, bro.
Is this the start of an Air Force One mid revival?
Bro,
and cake not crumb.
Because the thing is,
they're gonna make the mids cool again.
Yeah, come on. But you can see because I like straps on shoes. I like things dangling off. Pause. But as I got older, I started to really go back into the archive. So I love foam posits. I love a lot of basketball silhouettes. I love a lot of love for baseball silhouettes.
Yeah.
American football silhouettes. Griffey's, Deion Sanders, like all that era. It's my favorite Nike era.
Yeah.
And then if we're talking Reebok, it's like the S. Carters, it's the G units, it's the Iversons, it's like that era, Shaq Gnosis, that type of. But again, that takes maturity and years of experience because we didn't have that in the UK. You can't get Griffey's here. No. You can't get DT 96 Maxes, which are coming back this year. I need them in every single colorway, every single fucking, as many pairs as I can. Because you can't get that here. But in America, you can get Huaraches, all that shit for we had Huaraches, but we didn't have good Huaraches. We definitely didn't have foams. Well, I think we probably did, maybe in London and shit, but where I'm from, no.
They didn't really come around until it was like a retro thing. Mm-hmm. That was when you might be able to get them in Foot Locker, or like a London Foot Locker would probably stock a foam back in the day. Okay, so we've formed where the start your sneaker passions come from. Mm-hmm. When you start getting a bit of money and disposable income about you, where does how does the collection build from there?
Yeah, so obviously I got the flu games.
Yeah.
And then just trying to think.
Have you bought them again since?
No, but if they ever re-release, I'll buy every single re-release of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I remember, and I just got them again off eBay, so shout out eBay for this. A shoe I bought just after them, which no one really cares about, but to me, I did so much mileage in it. And when I was saying off camera, I fucking threw them in a bin or something. Yeah. Was the Air Max 1 Anniversary, the Obsidian.
Yeah.
Yeah. My favourite Air Max 1 of all time.
Great shoe.
And I got them recently, brand new. I've just been rocking the fuck out of them. And I remember why the fuck I rocked the fuck out of them. Because they're so comfortable, they look good in tracksuit, jeans, anything. The only problem is the mesh. Yeah, the mesh.
What's the problem with the mesh? That's how they come.
The moment it gets dirty, it's finished.
Yeah, but
I put them away now. I've worn them for a week. You've had the outfit with them. They're away now.
Mesh shoes, they're great for. Washing machine will get that straight up.
Mesh eating.
No problem.
Yeah, it is true.
Won't do no harm to the shoe as long as the temperature's cool. Yeah.
Bit of bleach on a toothbrush, bit of water. It's because mesh synthetic.
Yeah.
Sort that right out. You just need to mask off the mudguard.
Yeah. Yeah, or a little Jason Mark. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
what's up, Jeffrey? I was just messaging recently.
Okay,
yeah.
Still waiting on those wipes landing, Jeffrey.
What up, Jason Mark? What up, Jason Mark? What else did
sneaker cleaners are available.
Yeah. But what other fucking shoes did I buy at the time? This was probably I was in my Jordan 1 era.
Okay.
Yep. Jordan 1 era. I was buying a lot of Peyton Jordan 1s. There was that
But they came as mids, didn't they, back in
yeah, fuck mids.
Mid 2000s?
What was it called? Fearless? It was like the Chicago, the bread, all mixed into one Peyton shoe.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Was it Fearless? I think it is called Fearless. Like that era. What else did I buy in that time? I know there's some shit on my Snapchat memories. Trying to think, but again, I was making money. But you know what I spent a lot more money on back then was like Stone Island and like fucking CP jackets and shit like that. Because the thing is, back then there was no hype really.
Yeah.
You could pick up Stony.
Good pieces in the sale.
What were they called? I don't know.
Soft shell.
Yeah, like you could pick up Stony, or was it like Crinkle Down or something like that?
Crinkle reps.
Crinkle, yeah, I don't know what the fuck they were called, but you could pick them up. I was picking them up back in the day for like $2.
Yeah.
Off these sites and shit.
Yeah.
Like off these reselling things. Like £200, bro. CP hoodies for like £100. You could pick up a Huarachi for like 30 quid back then. It was like so good.
I kind of think it's with footwear, at least it's getting back there. Like I see a lot of shoes which were pricey before. The arses fell out of them, man.
Yeah.
Like the shoes that were like 400-500 quid are now like 200 quid.
It's weird because reselling killed everything. But I want everybody to make their money, but it killed everything. It killed the market for it. But then we had this conversation off camera. It's good for people like me because I can watch something on eBay and I know it will be there in 3 months' time because no one cares about phone posits. But I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like I know it's going to be there. And like I was saying, I picked up a pair of 93s recently, brand new.
What colourway?
Watermelon.
Okay.
The best colourway, £84, bro.
Nice.
It's like that's fucking good shoe, bro.
Yeah, if they reissued them, they'd be like 149, 160.
Probably like 160, 170, like because it's an Air Max, right?
Yeah.
So it's like those are the type of things I go for now, innit? Like going back into the archive, and you know, like even like if we're talking Jordans, my favorite Jordan is a 14. And then maybe like a 3, and then maybe like a 9. And I don't even have 9s. You can't get 9s here. It's so hard to get 9s. Like, we get the worst 9s here. And like on the eBay.
Them as in golf format this year.
Yeah, man.
Maybe you need to take up.
And like we got them powder blue 9s. They're
on
good.
The golf course.
I don't know about
I'll
the golf
teach you.
thing, man. It's never really. I don't have the patience for it. It's like fishing. I've been fishing a couple of times.
A lot more happens on the golf course than does fishing.
Yeah, but fish is like at least a bit funner. Like you can like.
Nah.
At least you could find like a fucking
you can
crazy.
go a day and you don't even get a bite.
It's true.
Like,
But you could play golf and it takes you
You're always
fucking
hitting.
out. Yeah, but then you gotta go pick up the ball. Pause. It's long, bro. Alright. But yeah, I think around that time I was spending a lot more on clothes and shit.
I hear you.
And then I just gradually just started building a little collection. So how many's in the Mount
I
Rushmore?
think it's 4, but we'll do 5. We can do 5 for argument's sake. We can add one. But add Drake at the end of it.
Okay, yeah. So no particular order. Cement Jordan 4s. And I'll
Okay.
tell you why. When Travis Scott just dropped, what's it? Drugs in My Backyard. What's that fucking mixtape called? Where it's all blue. What the
Days Before Rodeo.
Days Before Rodeo.
Yeah.
There's a song on it called Drugs.
Drugs You Should Try.
Yeah.
Good song.
So
Very good song.
Days Before Rodeo, right?
Yeah,
That's
that's the
what,
one.
2013.
13, 14.
Cool.
Yeah.
There was a photo of him standing on a kitchen table wearing cement 4s.
Right.
And I remember for the years and years I thought they were called concrete 4s. And then I finally got them. And I've had them ever since.
yeah.
But they're too small. They're all yellow and they're too small. They don't fit me. So they're the best shoe that's ever been made, in my opinion. The colorways are amazing. I don't really like 4s that much, but there's just something about what that shoe did for me. Just that's
what
probably
it's
the
all about,
most worn shoe I've ever worn.
That's what it's about.
Yeah. Cement Jordan 4s, the original Bapestar Marvel collab, the original one in the plastic.
Which one specifically?
I don't really
Just in
care.
general?
I'm
Okay.
whatever colorway.
I like the idea of that.
The Hulk.
I like that.
Yeah.
I had the Hulks.
Okay.
The Hulks, the
Your-
purple, right?
your pink
Purple
one.
and
Pink
green.
and green and purple.
Yeah, good. I like the
The
it's like
blister
a,
pack was
Yeah,
amazing.
it's
yeah.
I
And
wouldn't
like
want
the
to
back
open that
card
though.
had like a story.
yeah,
Yeah.
so good.
That's nice.
There's like a Captain America one, I
Yeah,
think.
Captain
Yeah.
America, Batman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Iron Man one's good as
And
well.
visualize
no,
them all
no,
now.
Batman.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Was the Wolverine one?
Yeah, there is a Wolverine.
Yeah.
It's grey and yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good. It's a really good shoe.
Yeah, they
the
are.
original. It's impossible to find them DS. I look
in
every
the
day.
packet now.
Fake stars back then was.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bapestar was
Yeah,
like.
I had an unhealthy obsession.
Yeah,
with
yeah. Bapestars were great. Netan Yeezy one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's 3. Paranorman Foam Posit.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Best foam posit
They are cool.
Yeah.
ever
They're
made.
Really cool shoe.
They are
Very
cool,
hard
they
to
are cool.
get.
Yeah.
I'm watching one
That
on
was-
eBay right now.
That was a
It's not my size.
competition, wasn't it? You had to like on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, to get them DS is like impossible without, because you have to rip open a box to open the box. It's like impossible, bro. It's like $4,000 shoe.
I liked when Nike were doing that sort of stuff. There's like a box troll Roshi run.
Yeah.
Don't get us wrong, I don't like Roshi runs, but I like the treatment of that shoe.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's like shit like that was wavy. So that's 4, right?
Yeah.
And it used to be. This is what I was saying to you off camera. It used to be the Stussy Dunk, the cherry.
Okay.
But these TikTokers made me hate it. So I think I'm gonna just give the last one to Cincinnati Red Air Max Griffey.
Okay.
Ones.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a nice varied mix.
So, yeah, because it's like a weird silhouette, but probably the best colorway is that one. Because I have I think they're called the Freshwaters, which is the best colorway.
Freshwaters, yes.
It's black and turquoise, right?
Yeah.
And there's a reverse Freshwater, which is white and turquoise, which is great as well. But they're also very hard to get in the UK.
Is Griffey the one with the lace cover?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like it's like a Hirachi. You can undo it.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a tiny little strap in it.
Yeah.
But I just leave it undone.
I know the one.
And it says says Air Max on the side.
I've got that.
Yeah.
I know
Great shoe.
Yeah.
Great shoe. But the Air Max, the Griffey 2 may even be better than the Griffey 1. This is what I'm saying. It's like, I really love that world of it. Yeah, man.
That's a pretty solid lineup.
Yeah, it is, to be fair. I'm like, if I'm honest, I wasn't expecting that.
Nah,
so,
no one ever does,
fair play.
because I've been about, man. I really do this. But if we, like, I could really get into like weird silhouettes. But if we're talking like top 5, like, because they're all like one Jordan, one weird silhouette, one another weird silhouette. You know what I'm saying?
Best Air Max of all time.
BW.
Yeah.
Really?
Sure. Not the silhouette. This collaboration. I think they are.
Yeah. So this is the Stash Nike Air Max BW from the Artist series.
I think the best BW is the Beijing one that released a couple of years ago.
They
all
are
brown,
good.
Yeah, they're good. And they're insanely.
And you know what? You never see them because it was a region exclusive.
Bro, it's so hard to find that shoe. But yeah, these are cool, man. There's a really good color blocking. I really love his color. I met him.
It's called Harbour Blue.
You met him before?
I met him at the Foot Patrol thing.
Oh, how was he? What was he like?
He's what you'd expect.
Okay.
Isn't it? But I fumbled because they gave me the poster, but I never got him to sign it.
Right.
So I have the huge canvas poster, but I never got him to sign it, which is poor from me.
Like, to be fair, I'm holding them here under the mic like a fool. But
I've never actually touched
the
them.
The thing about this collaboration that really speaks to me is the material on the upper is like a proprietary like Nike material. It's storm fit.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is essentially Nike's Nike's attempt at like making like a Gore-Tex style fabric, and obviously that pertains to Stash, like being a graffiti artist, like tagging whatever the weather. I just think this was produced at a time when collaborations were really thoughtful.
Better, yeah.
And
I think the Artist series was what year was it?
But there was a lot of other.
2001, wasn't it?
There was a lot of other shoes that he did which never came out. If you went to that Foot Patrol exhibition,
there's a lot of samples. Yeah.
Well, they did that exhibition at
in New York.
In New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just a few weeks ago. Yeah.
He posted a photo.
Had them all.
Yeah.
There,
He had. There's some really good shoes that never came out. I'm just like, damn, really good shoes.
It's just this blue has such a.
I'm not really a blue guy.
No, me neither.
I'm not.
But I can appreciate it. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, so this is where it started.
Mm-hmm.
This is I think was this the first one?
Was the Air Force not before?
I think it might have been.
The Air Force was the 95. Yeah.
But this is where the blue,
Yes.
Harbour Blue started.
Yeah.
And this colour is
synonymous with Stash.
Yeah, Stash. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't he tag it in that colour, or maybe he was just tagging in that colour on that day at the Foot Patrol thing?
Yeah. So we're talking about this because the rumour is these will be coming back.
Yeah.
So from
next Air Max Day is that the rumour?
I heard slightly before.
So before Christmas, it was going to be before. It was just going to come out next year at some point, and then closer to Air Max Day, it was kind of alluded to Air Max Day next year.
Yeah, I don't think they should.
Yeah, I think we were having a conversation previously.
You don't think they should reissue stuff like this or this in general?
Nah, because it's like now what they're doing with the Bapesters. It's not the same shape, you know.
I hear you.
It's like what they did with the Terror Squads. It's not the same shape. Like
Yeah.
I still have them Terror Squad Air Force. I think they're great, but it's just not the same, man. It's like
No, you want the Terror Squad that was
yeah, I want that one.
from
Like
before, yeah.
it's like you can't re-release history like a one-off.
Well, they've done it with the Atmos.
They have.
Haven't they?
They
They've
have.
done it. Have they done it with any others?
Which Atmos?
The
Elephant.
elephant Atmos.
They've done it with the
Yeah,
90,
Max
they've done it with the 95
Oh,
as well.
the
Atmos
blue one,
95.
right?
Yeah.
The like turquoisey. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd never really liked that shoe. I love the animal pack,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but the blue one, nah, not for me.
The elephant
yeah.
crease like mad.
I remember that though. That was
Yeah.
Tumblr.
Yeah, it was. It was.
That was heavy. On
It
Tumblr.
was.
But for a lot of people, that's their goat shoe, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
But I just think
Yeah.
this I just don't agree with.
With the sense that
they're not.
I'm probably not going to be able to wear these much
yeah.
longer.
And
It'd be
also-
nice to have a new pair,
And
but
also, it kind of.
I'd rather see him let him do a new shoe.
But you know, it's like. I just know what's gonna happen. It's like these are gonna get seeded to people who don't know anything
You're right.
about the shoe
You're right.
and don't appreciate it. And it's
I slept out on the street in front of Foot Patrol, and it was pissing down rain, freezing cold, just so I could pick up this and the Air Force One. The next
that's what I'm
day.
saying. It's like what I said to you
That all
off
gets-
camera.
That's all lost.
It's like the Galaxy foams. Like, don't re-release that shit, man. We can have all the other like kind of GR ones, but shit like that, like just keep it like that. Like, there's certain collabs and that just need to be that collab in it. Let him do a new fucking shoot, you know?
100%. I'd much rather see something new.
Like, what do you think?
And you're a 95 guy. Aren't
You
you?
thought like for me, this this shoe released when I was like still a kid, so I had no opportunity to get this shoe when it came out. I didn't know.
Oh wait, yeah.
Didn't know who Stash was at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have been.
06?
I would have been.
06.
I would have been 11 when this came out.
Mm-hmm.
So had no chance to buy it, and since I've like had my own money, they've more or less been unwearable for the most part, unless someone like took the right steps to make them wearable.
That's a bar.
Soles like I had a pair of the 95s like 2.5 years ago. Bought them, the sole was hanging off them. I paid like 300 quid for them, and I just ended up selling them to some other kid. Like some like feedback loop of like someone will get the sole swap done. But it's just like you shouldn't have to sole swap a classic colorway. Like I completely understand the purists like Elsie who were there at the time, and
So
Don't
you're saying,
like I just
because
wanna wear it, man.
I hear what
I
you're
wanna
saying
wear it.
about bringing it to the new world to allow them to feel that history. I feel that a lot.
Yeah.
But there's just certain things that you can't do
You can't-
again.
I hear you.
Like even like a lot of Futura stuff from the past, like you just can't. You can't re-release a Futura like Air Force One. You can't do that. Like
you like a Stash TN. It'll be sick.
It would be.
Yeah.
It would.
it's like
Or a
if they
Stash 97 or a Stash
because
1.
Stash
Yeah.
did
Just
Stash
see
did the
something new.
Spiridon, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like if you re-release a Spiridon, it's just like, but that was like a time, bro. Like we've seen him do a 95. Why would we want to see him do it again? At least make the colorway different, brown
Yeah,
or something.
2.0, yeah.
Make it brown or something.
If you're going to bring back one, bring back this.
Yeah. Or the sample
Yeah.
VW.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What color's that?
Brown. It's like a brown.
It is
It's like
brown,
an
isn't it?
olive
Yeah,
brown.
I think
You've
I know
seen
the
it
one you're
before.
talking about. That's why I said
It's
brown.
got like a lemony yellow.
Yeah,
swoosh.
yeah.
Yeah. You might not be the right person to ask this because obviously you fuck with like the Nocta stuff and a lot of stuff that Nike are coming out with. But do you not think Nike right now, because they're losing market share, whether it's in like the running space or in the lifestyle space, they're losing market share heavy. You don't need to be like a sneaker forecaster or like trend forecaster to see that. You can walk out your house and see what's on people's feet and what like the youth are wearing. Nike's lost heavy market share. So do you not think they need to bring product like this back to capture people and like get them excited again?
Well, yeah.
Because
But you can do it in different ways. So
Okay.
like the Nocta Glide,
Yes.
it takes inspiration from the Zoom Flying 95, right? Or whatever the basketball shoe is called, right?
so like
But for like a new style kid,
Yeah.
they'll be like, oh, that's a original silhouette. But
yes,
it's not,
yeah, it's taking
you know,
DNA from elsewhere,
right? It's
But-
taking DNA, but you gotta also think these brands have like history.
Yes,
They're allowed to use their DNA
yeah, of course.
to build
They
new
are-
things,
they
right?
are.
So I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah.
But in certain aspects.
Okay.
Like not this.
Okay.
This isn't brand DNA. This is Stash DNA.
Yes.
Without Nike, there's no silhouette. Without Stash, there's no
Colorway.
colorway.
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
They did the Storm thing, like you said.
Yeah.
They probably did that together.
Yeah.
It's not the same. Like,
It won't be the same.
that's why all them, we were talking about SBs and stuff, like the Dog Walker SB, like what was that guitar, the guitar one with the pink inner, the pink fur inside.
Oh, the Grateful Dead.
No, not Grateful Dead.
Not Grateful Dead.
It's based off a guitar.
Really?
It's like all brown leather with the pink
the
fur.
Gibsons.
Yeah,
Gibsons.
cold.
Yeah.
It's like that era of like
Or
SB.
the Deftones one.
Yeah, Deftones. And like,
Iron Maidens.
yeah, it's like,
Freddy Krueger.
when was the last good SB we got like that?
Strawberry Cough.
I just think it's time to just try new silhouettes.
When you say new silhouettes, do you want new silhouettes like brought back, like you gave the Joe Fresh Goods example, or do you want like
Or like
like
bring
brand
back
new
Griffey's, or like
or do you
bring
want a
back a
brand new
Griffey 2, or like a Air Max Butane or some shit like that. Like, you know
Well,
what
I
I mean?
suppose if they don't have the molds or the lasts available, it's probably costing them £1 million just to bring it back. And then if it doesn't land immediately,
I think they got that shit.
they've definitely got the money to do it.
I think they got the molds.
But you think they got the molds?
I just
okay.
don't think the Mac Attack. The Mac Attack came out in the 80s, right? Yeah, it came out in the 80s, right?
But no one else does.
But it came out in when,
Like
the
the
80s.
Yeah.
So the Mac Attack came out in the 80s, right? But everyone who's from the 80s are not wearing Mac Attacks now. They're wearing like Crocs and shit to be comfortable because they got, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not in Crocs yet, bro.
But you know what I mean? Like, my pops is not wearing no Mac Attack, you know what I'm saying?
No.
That's why they had to put Travis in the video. It's a nice silhouette, but
And then you're kind of burning the candle at both ends by using Travis and like everything you do to prop up.
Yeah, the thing that
Silhouettes.
gets me with the
I'm
Mac
bored
Attack,
of
like,
Travis.
Like the Mac Attack is
I
probably
love
the
Travis,
only-
but I'm bored
the
of
only
it.
tennis shoe that has a little bit of a story.
Nah,
From
but
back then?
there's way better.
But what doesn't make sense to me is why do you make all that effort with the Mac Attack when your golden era and all that Agassi stuff is just given is like not even an afterthought.
Air Tech Challenge
Yeah, Tech
Future.
Challenges, that's what I'm talking about.
Because they got a strap.
The
They look like Hirachis.
The hot lava one.
Yeah.
Take any Air Tech Challenge.
Yeah,
the 4
'cause
is one of my favourite shoes.
I don't know much about them, but I remember there's a photo of Fat Joe wearing them, and that's how I knew about them. And then I did some research when I did that little video I did, and they just look like they're like a thinner Hirachi. It's like a Hirachi, you know that high top Hirachi with a neoprene. It's like that with a Hirachi strap.
Yeah.
They're so good,
The chlorophyll pair. You've got a few of them, haven't you?
but they don't hold
Air
up,
Tech
right?
Challenge.
They're like,
Yeah, I've got some pair Air Tech
Yeah.
Challenge.
but they're like, they don't hold up in it.
The 4 is amazing shoe.
I'm really excited to see what Nigo does at Nike
Yeah, he's been wearing those Air Force
3s.
3
But
escapes.
apparently it's not Air Force 3.
It's an escape. They call them escape? Or is it escape pack? Yeah.
Escape, the colorway.
Yeah, escape pack. It's so
Like the brown,
We've got
the
'em-
navy.
we've got the Air Force 1s out there in the bag, but
Because the Escape Hirachi is the best Hirachi. That colorway is good.
yeah.
Escape.
I like the Forces. The ones Rye's got. They're hard.
I need
Yeah.
to see what they look like. I've probably seen them, innit?
Yeah, you would have. The colorways are instantly recognisable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So nothing.
Yeah. So what have you got to plug? What have you got coming up? Where can we see you? Where can we find you?
Yeah, man. FD from the future.
Apart from the future, where can we find you?
FD from the future on all social media. Make it easy for everyone because I know we're lazy. Just taking over the world, man. I'm gonna try bridge the gap between UK and USA in terms of media and how I think we're seen over here. I really want to like be over there as much as I am here. I'm going to be dropping my brand hopefully this year, Antonio. Really just to fund my shoe. I want to bring out my own shoe.
Yeah.
Very baseball, Nike, basketball, Reebok, that era, the best era of shoes. Yeah, man, just have fun with it, man. Positively impact the world, you know, just fucking change history every other day.
We like it. And you got any projects coming up you can look out for? Anything you can exclusively reveal to us?
I mean, I'll probably be part of a lot of campaigns this year.
Okay.
You still one block down, needles. Saw that.
Yep, just shot the one block down
Yeah.
needles. Yeah, just remember
more
that.
with Beeston?
Maybe. Yeah, hopefully. Whoever wants to fucking work with me, man, let's do it. But hopefully more like streetwear, man. Hopefully you're going to be part of their adverts, things like that.
Ah,
But yeah, man, just fucking. I'll just do it by myself if I'm not. I don't really fucking. Whatever in it.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Fair play.
FD, thanks for coming in.
Appreciate it,
Yeah,
man.
thank
though.
you.
Thank you.
Good to chat to you over the last hour or so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
I appreciate your time.
Refreshing.
Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, my guys.
And don't forget, we gave you a little heads up at the start, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on. Gang shit.
Nice. FD.
Shout out, dropped it. Shout out to
TT,
Mandem.
Shout out Steve.
Shout out TT. Yeah, what do you think of the
Yeah, it's fucking fire.
space?
It's fire, man.
Yeah.
It's fire. I like it. Looks like a strip club. Gang.